it's hard for me to believe that CPS would go into a courtroom and say on the record that they illegally took your child.
Yeah, it's unbelievable that.
This is Attorney Vincent Davis, and I'm with my co-host Aaron Carranza, and this is The Secret, How to Fight Child Services and Win. Aaron, are you ready? Take another call?
Yes, let's talk to Daniel from Virginia. Daniel, do you have a story to tell or a question to ask?
I got a little of both. Okay, I know my wife Elizabeth called in there a few weeks ago, and I just wanted to update you what's been going on with her case. CPS illegally took her child. We went through 3 court dates. We were not able to present our side. We had a biased judge. They admitted the last court date that, CPS admitted that they illegally took her child. And the biased judge said that CPS is always right. And then and all our attorneys will not work with us whatsoever. My daughter's attorney says I cannot give you any information on the child. Now, they actually drew up a preliminary child protective order. It wasn't for the child or for us. It's to protect the CPS that actually she lied on her oath. And so believing that it wasn't at the preliminary, that was not, that would not have been enforceable. But we basically threw the rule book at them, and they're trying to get us to do a psych eval now. And our case was actually closed. We got a closing letter said it was unfounded. Our case was unfounded, and they had no jurisdiction. We're not residents of Pennsylvania or Virginia. We're actually residents of Florida. So she was heard in foster care. Now she wants to.
Who was hurt?
Go ahead. My daughter. She was actually hurt in foster care.
Hurt how?
What was that, Vincent? I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
How was she hurt?
She when we went to her first date there at CPS, she had a swollen face, and you could just tell the marks on her ear. She had pinch marks all over, and you could tell, and it just looked like they literally beat the child. It was awful.
Did you report this to anyone?
I'm sorry?
Did you report this to anyone?
Yes. We tried, and they want to deny it. They just said the child gained that much weight in a week, which is, we know it's not reality. They never presented allegations to us when they came out. They never gave us a petition. Handbook, none of that. They yell in our faces. We were told we were going to be held obstruction of justice. An officer actually shoved my wife, and they barged into the home without a warrant. Now, she's placed with my wife's sister, and now CPS, due to the fact of the matter of the preliminary child protective order, they want to do a psych eval, but they never drew up any court orders. Each thing that needs to be done, they would have to draw up a court order. All it says on that preliminary is suggestions. And so therefore, they tried setting us up with a psych eval doctor, and they called in to CPS and said, well, I'm sorry, we can't do anything for him because you guys never drew up an order for that. we didn't talk to the clerk of courts, and the last court date we were there was no docket number.
Do you have, let me ask you something. Do you have court-appointed attorneys, or do you have private attorneys?
Yes, we do. We have court-appointed attorneys, and they're no help whatsoever. We have a private investigator, and everything just we asked for a pill and 388, the whole nine, and they said, "Sorry, sir, we can't do that for you." So now they're trying to say, "Well, you can do a split custody with my wife's sister," but our only worry to that is, and they said they'll be out of the picture, and then that would take care of the last court date and the psych eval. But our only worry is, will they come back into the picture?
Oh, that's a $64 question. I can't answer that, and neither can you.
Yeah.
Right? You might consider, just getting a consultation in your area with an attorney, a private attorney, who, kind of specialized or who is experienced in these types of cases. Sometimes you can get that for free. Sometimes you might have to pay $50 or $100 or something like that.
Yeah.
But I would strongly suggest that you and your wife do that.
Yeah, we done called attorneys from Maryland down to North Carolina. We contacted the bar. They said, "We're sorry, sir, but we had parental rights, HEPA rights, civil rights going down the line violated." And they said, "We're sorry, sir. In this state of Virginia, we have no CPS defense attorney who will handle that situation."
I hope you have a pen and a piece of paper because I'm going to give you a telephone number. And I want you to call that telephone number tomorrow. Yes, I know it's Sunday, but somebody will be working. And I want you to make an appointment to speak with me during the week.
That'd be wonderful.
The telephone number is 888-888-6582. 888-86582.
6582?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
888-888-6582.
2 minutes.
Right. So when you make that appointment, we're going to talk about possibly helping you find an attorney in your area. Number 2, we're going to be talking about possible strategies you might want to implement, and number 3, we're going to be talking about possible civil rights cases. Because some of the things that you've said are, kind of astounding. It's hard for me to believe that CPS would go into a courtroom and say on the record that they illegally took your child.
Yeah, it's unbelievable that the DSS attorney, she brought the judge times, and he said strictly before the court when he started, he said anybody that interrupts me will be held in contempt of court. But he's for CPS, and he says they're always right no matter what the case is. So he's a biased judge, so he just went along with it.
Okay. Hey, listen, I want to thank you for calling and thank you for listening to our show. Please call in 3 or 4 weeks and give us an update, would you please? All right. This is The Secret, How to Fight Child Protective Services and Win. We'll be back after these messages with more calls, more stories, and more questions.